Hello everyone, and welcome to this presentation on mergers and acquisitions, often referred to as M&A. M&A is one of the most crucial aspects of corporate strategy. Today, we'll dive into the basics, explore different types of mergers and acquisitions, and look at the processes, motives, and regulatory framework involved. Let's begin. So, what are mergers and acquisitions? To start, let's define what mergers and acquisitions are. A merger occurs when two companies combine to form a new single entity. This is often done to enhance the competitive position of the combined entity. Acquisitions, on the other hand, involve one company purchasing and absorbing another. The acquired company may be integrated fully, or it might continue to operate as a separate entity under the ownership of acquiring firm. M&A is commonly used for growth, diversification, entering new markets, or gaining competitive advantages such as operational efficiency or technology. The ultimate goal is to enhance the value of combined companies. Now we'll see types of mergers. First is horizontal merger. This happens between two companies in the same industry, usually competitors, who merge to increase market share, reduce competition, or benefit from economies of scale. Second is vertical merger. In this case, companies from different stages of the supply chain merge, for example, a manufacturer merging with a supplier or distributor. This type of merger helps streamline operations and reduce cost. Conglomerate merger. This involves companies from completely unrelated industries merging. The aim here is often diversification, reducing risk by entering entirely new markets. Market extension merger. Companies operating in a different geographical regions merge to expand their market reach. Product extension merger. This occurs when companies with complementary products or services merge to expand their product offering and enter new segments of the market. Now, we'll see types of acquisition. Acquisitions can take several forms depending on how the deal is structured and dynamics between the companies involved. Friendly acquisition. This is where the target company willingly agrees to be acquired. Both companies typically negotiate the terms and the transition is smoother. Hostile acquisition. In contrast, a hostile acquisition occurs when the target company resists the takeover. The acquiring company may bypass the target's management and directly approach shareholders to buy the company, which can create conflicts and make integration difficult. Reverse acquisition. This is when a private company acquires a public company. Often, this is done to gain access to the public markets without going through the lengthy and expensive initial public offering, that is IPO process. Black flip acquisition. In this unusual case, the acquiring company becomes a subsidiary of the acquired company. This can happen in strategic deal where the acquired company has greater brand recognition or market value. Key steps in M&A process. The merger and acquisition process is complex and involves several key steps. The first being strategy development. The acquiring company needs to establish a clear strategy defining why it wants to pursue a merger or acquisition. So this could be for market expansion, acquiring new technology, or increasing market share. Second is target identification. So the next step is identifying potential companies what align with the strategy. This involves looking for companies with complementary products, strong market presence, or unique capabilities. Due diligence. Before proceeding, a detailed investigation is carried out to examine the financial, operational, and legal health of target company. This step ensures there are no hidden liabilities or risks. Valuation. Once due diligence is complete, The next step is to value the target company. The valuation will consider various factors such as current earnings, future potential, assets, and liabilities. Negotiation. At this stage, both parties negotiate the terms of deal such as price, structure of the payment, and the responsibilities of each party post-merger. Deal structuring. The deal is then structured. This could involve purchasing a certain percentage of shares, full buyout, or forming a joint venture. The financial structure of the deal is crucial to its success. Post-merger integration. Finally, once the deal is complete, the companies need to be integrated. This includes aligning operations, corporate cultures, and sometimes restructuring the organizations. This phase is critical for ensuring that the anticipated benefits of the mergers are realized. Now, why do companies merge or acquire others? The motives can be varied. Economies of scale. One of the main reasons is cost reduction. By combining operations, companies can reduce duplication and benefit from economies of scale, such as purchasing in bulk or sharing resources. Synergy. Synergy means that the combined entity is stronger than the sum of its part. This could be through combining expertise, leveraging each other's customers base, or improving product offerings. Diversification. To reduce businesses risk, company often merge with or acquire firms in different industries. This way, they are not overly reliant on one product, service, or market. Access to new markets. By merging with companies in different regions or industries, businesses can quickly expand into new markets and customer segments. Tax benefits. In some cases, companies may merge or acquire others to take advantage of tax break or to use the acquired company's losses to reduce tax liabilities. Mergers and acquisitions are not just strategic decisions, they also have to comply with legal and regulatory framework. Competition law. In many countries, including India, there are laws to prevent monopolies and anti-competitive practices. For example, India's Competition Act 2002 ensures that mergers do not create unfair market dominance. SEBI regulations. In India, the Securities and Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI, regulate mergers involving publicly listed companies. These regulations ensure that shareholders are treated fairly and that there's transparency in the deal making process. Companies Act 2013. This law governs the merger and amalgamation process for Indian companies. It provides detailed procedures on how companies should merge and the protection offered to creditors and shareholders. Foreign investment regulation. For cross-border mergers or acquisition, foreign investment regulations come into play. Countries often have rules about how much of a domestic company a foreign entity can acquire, especially in sensitive sectors like defense, telecom, and banking. In conclusion, mergers and acquisition are powerful tools that can drive corporate growth, but they require careful planning, strategy, and execution. When done right, they can lead to increased market share, operational efficiency, and profitability. However, challenges such as cultural integration and regulatory compliance must be navigated carefully to ensure the success of the deal. Understanding the M&A process and having a clear strategic vision is a key to realizing the potential benefits. Thank you so much for watching.